Now, what in the Royal Caribbean Carnival, and I also gotta add celebrity into the mix, is going on here? Ladies and gentlemen, we have a boatload of cruise news to dive into for today's video. We have a situation with one of the largest cruise ships on planet Earth. Apparently, there was like a flood that turned into like a makeshift waterfall thing. Now, I'm not exactly sure when this happened or the details. I have a little bit of information we'll discuss in today's video. We also have a conundrum, a problem with Carnival. You see, they are raising some rates when it comes to a situation that's going to cost all of you a little bit more money, and a very interesting question being asked to the ambassador of Carnival Cruise Line, John Held. We also have a situation with Carnival's newest ship, the Carnival Celebration, as well as the Celebrity Beyond, in which they had to rescue 24 Cuban migrants trying to leave Cuba and go to the United States. By the way, while you guys are hitting that like button and subscribing to the channel if you haven't already, shameless plug here, I do have a video coming out tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern Time explaining and comparing the differences between Carnival's oldest ship versus their newest. Trust me, you don't want to miss out. I went on both of these ships as a passenger within a month's time of each other intentionally, and well, it's going to be some juicy stuff. 6 p.m., don't miss out. First up, Royal Caribbean, check out this interesting clip. So, allegedly, this monstrosity of a situation happened yesterday on board Harmony of the Seas. This is an Oasis class ship with Royal Caribbean. Oasis class has some of the biggest cruise ships on planet Earth. Now, a lot of talk has been surfacing, a lot of rumors, and well, according to some random person on Instagram, they are stating that this happened yesterday because the Harmony of the Seas, well, the captain noticed a raft, or the officers, anyway, the personnel over in the bridge, they had to make a sudden U-turn to check and see if there were people on board. Because if there is a vessel in distress, the vessel that can rescue has to rescue or at least offer aid if possible. So they made a sudden turn, which caused the pool up on the pool deck to, well, kind of spill over into what's known as the Central Park area. And there are some people on board that are claiming, at least in the comments on Instagram, that they didn't notice or that this never happened. Well, you got to understand the ship is absolutely massive. So even if something like that were to happen, the vast majority of people on the ship probably wouldn't have even noticed. Now, yes, this is a very strange situation. If anybody happens to be on Harmony of the Seas and you heard any whispers, you've got your ear to the ground, let me know your details that you have in the comment section below. Next, in some quick news, yesterday on January 3rd, we had two rescues take place. 25 miles off the coast of Cuba, we had the Carnival Celebration rescue 5 migrants that were trying to flee Cuba to go to the United States in hopes of a better life. We also had, on the same day, the Celebrity Beyond rescue 19 migrant workers on a makeshift raft, also trying to flee Cuba and go to the United States. We aren't going to dive too deep into this topic. We've seen situations like this unfortunately happen time and time again, but this is the third rescue already in 2023, and if you count the last day of 2022, December 31st, this is the fourth situation in which Cuban migrants are trying to flee and have been rescued by cruise ships. I do gotta say, overall, this is always unfortunate that somebody has to flee their home country to leave to another one in hopes of a better life. It just goes to show how fortunate all of us are. If you are consuming this content, watching this video on a cell phone right now, a tablet, a computer, what have you, well, you are very fortunate. And speaking of you being fortunate, just a reminder to all of you, I do have a group cruise on the Celebrity Beyond on April 9th, 2023. It is going to be absolutely amazing. It is not too late to book, the link to which will be in the description box below. Make sure you guys at least go check it out, because I promise you it's going to be absolutely amazing. Finally, we do have a very controversial Carnival topic, as Carnival, just like NCL did last week, will be raising the gratuity levels or tips levels on board their ships ASAP here in 2023. So if you're in a regular stateroom, which includes an ocean view, an interior, or a balcony, you will not be paying $14.50 anymore. For each of these, they have been raised $1.50. So instead of $14.50 for the regular staterooms and cabins, it'll now be $16. And for anybody staying in a suite, so that would include a Havana suite, an XL suite, presidential suite, Instead of 16.50, you'll now be paying $18 per day. Now, that may not seem like a lot, however, it is a big deal to many out there because if you factor it in for, let's say, a 7-day cruise or even a 14-day cruise, transatlantic, something of that nature, yes, it can kind of throw a wrench into the mix as far as what you planned on spending on your cruise. Now, there is nothing wrong with the crew members getting tips, as Carnival is saying this is the reason why they are raising the rates. However, somebody did ask a very big question to the ambassador, John Held. He asked if 100% of these raises will go directly to the crew. To somebody replied that they will not answer. I would always say this is a controversial topic because nobody can actually say for sure what amount of money, especially when it comes to the gratuities and tips, actually go to the crew and what goes to the bottom line straight into the pocket of the cruise line. As somebody that has worked briefly for Carnival, I've worked for NCL and I've worked for Virgin, I've asked these questions I don't know how many times to the room stewards, to the waiters, and well, I personally have never got a definitive and I guess a answer in which I can feel confident about because I hear one thing in which they say the cruise lines are taking most of the tips, some say they are getting the bulk of the tips and they're making good money. It is always a very confusing situation. This is also why I never fault anybody for saying they just want to potentially turn off the chips and give it to people that are actually servicing them directly because when you are talking about a big company, I have no problem with corporations. I understand the bottom line, it's just business. It is kind of hard to pinpoint where exactly all of your money is going. So it is a situation that a lot of people are kind of like interested in finding more details on. However, the reality is we probably simply will not get it. Now, just to be clear for all you carny folk out there, you Carnival lovers, you lovers of the ambassador John Held, this is not a jab at him or Carnival Cruise Lines. This is just me being realistic in my approach when talking about these kind of topics that are potentially sensitive. It is what it is. Like I said, it is just business. And well, a lot of people are just curious if they are paying more for the same service, then where exactly is that extra money going if it's not going to guaranteed the service being upgraded in some kind or guaranteed to be going to the crew. Very interesting, and it's kind of a head scratcher at this point. But either way, of course, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. This is all I got. And well, my girlfriend Lauren and I, I'm finally getting out of this house. I feel like I've been here for days. Well, I have been here for days, almost a week, and we're finally getting ready to go to Toulouse, a very, very beautiful city. It's where Lauren and I met. And well, I'm gonna have a good time, guys. Just know, as usual, I appreciate all of you. I love all of you. 6 p.m. I have another video coming out, very interesting one, comparison between the Carnival Paradise and the Carnival Celebration. Make sure you check it out. I love all of you. Hit that like button on your way out, and I'll see all of you later. Take it easy.